Welcome to another lovely edition of Real Guyana, and today we're in the real backyard. What I'm going to be doing today is cleaning out my black tank. Now, this may make for an odd subject for a video vlog, but it's necessary, We're approaching elections day when hopefully we may be clearing out government, getting a fresh government. So, in the process of thinking about corruption, I kid you not, I started wondering about all the other nasty things around me that needed cleaning out, that were corrupted. And I started thinking about the water system. So, this is the quality of water we've been getting in Guyana. Let's climb up and have a look inside. As you can see in there, it's very packed up with debris and sediment and the like. Definitely needs a clean. I'm made to understand when people burn garbage, as they're so fond of doing in Guyana, all that smoke, when it goes up into the air, it doesn't simply remain as smoke. Smoke is made up of particulate, and this particulate comes back down, especially on a wet day. You'll find basically the rains and the dew even bringing all that particulate back down to the ground. Gravity itself brings it back down. It lands on our roofs and it then gets washed into our tanks, right? These are our water reservoirs. There's one issue from the burning garbage. You got the fumes from exhaust, vehicular exhaust, and you also have to consider the kind of paint people even use on their roofs. It becomes much more important now when you realize all that sediment and all the chemicals can end up right in your water supply. It becomes important whether or not your roof is painted with a lead-based paint or something like that, because these chemicals, they have the ability to impact us. Now, I notice on a lot of these tanks they have 7-year guarantee. I don't really see a countdown on the tank, and I wonder what happens after 7 years. Does it just suddenly degrade, or am I exposed to chemicals? We could do with a lot more information. Nobody would have to spend such a large amount of time and money investing in tanks like this if we had a proper water supply from the government. Just look at how the color that pipe changes as it goes in. It goes from white to orange, rusty orange. The entire inside of this black tank is pretty much like a rusty orange color. I could understand why the Spaniards saw they were finding El Dorado. But this isn't El Dorado, it's Real Guyana's Black Tank. So I'm gonna get that bucket and lower it into there, and let's see what happens. Let's see what we come up with from both of these tanks. I had a conversation the other day with someone who said that they suspect cancer levels have been elevated in Guyana, partially due to plastics, the burning of plastics, the inhalation of toxic fumes from the burning of plastics, and the settling of sediments from our roofs in our tanks. So we have exposure to it on all levels: bathing, drinking. This tank here, it's very plastic, but we must remember all plastic is essentially oil. It's just oil blow molded and shaped for us. It's one of the most flexible materials, but it's also one of the most environmentally destructive. So let's see if we can get inside this tank and continue filming. So I've gone the lazy way and just actually thrown the bucket into the hole, and I'm gonna pull it up. And we're gonna see what we get. That's the color of the water coming out of the pump, the GWI. Right, I know the inside of the bucket is red, but please take a look at that water. The water is very, very rusty. Right, and this is an old paint bucket. You'd at least be able to see to the bottom if it was the color of the paint. Right, filthy. me just pour this bucket of water that I collected from the bottom in this bowl. It's a white bowl. I'm doing this because the bottom of the bucket is actually a bit red, because it's an old paint bucket. But that paint isn't fresh. Check out this. Check this water out. It's like free orange juice for every Guyanese. Hold on. So all of that is from the lower tank, right? So when this top tank overflows, it goes into this lower tank. So that's the sediment pretty much churned up from this lower tank here. Let's just check in here and see what we find. Let's climb up now. Using this opportunity because I've had a problem with my pump for the last few days, so I've run it dry. So before I turn the water back on, I'm taking this opportunity to clean the old tank. So you can see for yourself there, that shiny stuff at the bottom is sludge. Goodness knows what kind of sludge. Good God, that looks nasty. So we're gonna jump in there just like the other one and see what we can pull out. And it don't look nice. Don't look nice at all. Okay, we're in the black tank now. Yuck. And this sludge is so thick. Check this out. Check that out, guys. That's sludge. God knows what's in here. When you bathe and you think you had a nice clean bath, nothing could be further. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. What have I been showering with? Oh. Now this black tank won't look much different to your black tank if you're getting water from GWI. This is the pre-election cleanup, right? Encouraging you to look into whatever receptacle you have, whatever is a black tank, a bucket, look, a cup, you know, look in your cup, see what's inside of it, because what's in my black tank would stay in my black tank unless I clean it out. Good God, it's like grass. My foot feel like it's itching. I feel like I'm in a gutter, not in a black tank that I get water to bathe. Let me clear this thing out of here fast, so I don't have to sit down in this stand up in this gunk. Real Guyana needs some antibiotics. Woo. Oh gosh, Captain Sludge. This here would give the Incredible Hulk a skin infection. God knows, my skin's strong. Oh my God. Well, I tell you, if you're a government minister, you won't have to do this. Oh, you have some slave boy, some underpaid public servant using the taxpayer money, and they'll be cleaning it out for you. That is just so disgusting, man. Wow. Unreal. I don't even know how I'm gonna lift it out of here. You get something Guyanese called goody, where you lift buckets of sludge like this out of your black tank. And I'm gonna have to throw this somewhere and then wash it down when I turn the water on. This is unbelievable, huh? Well, I tell you, next time you listen to Uncle Irfan talking about the Minister of Tourism and Water, when you listen to him talking about all the progress, look at that slow motion progress. You listen to him talking about all the progress they've made in delivering water to people. Just know most of that progress is hidden at the bottom of your black tank. Every time you take up a shower or you take out a little water to cook, this is, you know, going into your little chow mein. There's your little fried rice. A bit of your MG down here. Little dal, nice like dal. All that is going in, but just in little quantity, so it doesn't look so filthy. So I don't know. We had the ice bucket challenge, right? But now we're giving you the Real Guyana Black Tank challenge. What's in your black tank? Take a look. Let me try and get this bucket out of here without securing one of the aforementioned goodies. Right, dirty, real dirty. Alright, still cleaning the sludge in the black tank and doing a bit of thinking, you know, as I like to do while I'm cleaning. And there's like a lot of twigs in here, and there are bits of like dead insects. Look, that's a bit of grass fiber there hung on to the end of the bowl. I mean, there are a few frogs. I can understand the frogs, but the grass and the like just doesn't make full sense. The rusty color in the other tank has been replaced with this black discolored gunkiness, like rotted organic material. Look at that. And I mean, I know you're probably squeamish at the moment, but trust me, take a look inside your black tank. Unless you have a filter coming straight from the gate, you know. My filter is attached between the tank and the house. Some people can't afford a filter, and some people can't afford a tank. Alright, so I mean, whoa, this is just pretty nasty. Right, but what I was thinking about is I remember in one part of the Series in the City documentary where I interviewed a gentleman on Hatfield Street that used to work for the water company. And what he explained was that when you get a broken main, right, sometimes I'm hoping some of that water didn't just spill out in my mouth. Oh, this may be the day that I got some perilous infection that threatened my life. Look, the water is bubbling. It's like some respiration going on in there. Yeah, so the guy was saying, take a look at that bowl. You wouldn't even want to see me right now. So the guy was saying that sometimes when you have a broken main, right, what ends up happening is all the water in the trench, right, ends up getting into the main. Plus, remember, in Guyana we don't have 24-hour water, right? We have water until, at least in this area, it varies from area to area. There's a frog running away from me. Yeah, it varies from area to area, but in this area, water cuts off at around 9 o'clock, which you may not normally notice because you have a tank, you know, a lot of people have tanks in this area. Now, when that water cuts off, assuming there's a break somewhere in the mains or there's blackout, when there's blackout, water cuts off as well. Now, when you get one of these power cuts, all that wastewater gets into these water mains, and that is how you get the grass and the bits of this odd debris that you just don't have growing on your roof. All right, the dead centipedes and the like. There's no centipede I know of on the roof. All right, that's for birds and the odd spider, frogs even. Never heard of a centipede up on the roof. Oh goodness, this is just filthy. No, gonna visit my friend Mr. Clorox, and we'll be back. But I want you to see how the water is bubbling away, right? It's like a dance hall jam in the bucket. Look. That's it, it's bubbling. Alright. Look like it's gonna rain soon. Let me finish up here. So the rains of heaven can cleanse my black tank for me. Good God. You're fun. I hope you catch rain warm, boy. Okay, we made it back out to the tank. I've gotten up every last bit of muck I can, and as I switch the water back on, I'll just let it run out. But yeah, that's it for the Real Guyana Bucket Challenge. Let me pull it out so you can have a look at this sludge and compare it to what you saw in the last tank, and I think we'll be done. Go there. Oh, look at this. All this funny grass, right? I hope it's grass and not tapeworm or something. And here you go. This is This was in the bottom of your black tank. Look at how sludgy that is. Looks like I was just making cement or something. But no, that's what most of us are showering with. So just consider all the chemicals that you're putting into the environment when you burn your garbage, because it goes somewhere. No doubt some of this black ashiness is from when they burn the cane and the ash washes onto your roof and then into your tank, but it doesn't explain all of the sludge. You know, you got dirt kicked up from the road when vehicles and the like pass, and all of that is trapping the bisphenol A's and the other harmful chemicals released from the burning of garbage, specifically plastics and other fossil fuels, right? And that's it. Black Tank Challenge. Cut.